President Buhari presents 2022 budget to National Assembly. Obiano tackles Malami over comment on declaration of state of emergency in Anambra State. And Tanzania's Abdulrazar Guerna wins Nobel Prize for Literature. A warm welcome to News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I am Mary Kanu. President Muhammadu Buhari says the 2022 budget is geared towards economic growth and sustainability. President Buhari, while presenting the 2022 appropriation budget, also assured Nigerians of a revenue to GDP growth ratio of 8% to 15% by 2025. Our correspondent Aniete Patrick now reports.
It's exactly a year since President Muhammadu Buhari presented the 2021 budget. 365 days after, the president is at the joint session of the National Assembly to present the 2022 federal budget proposal. In the 50-minute long speech, President Buhari gives a breakdown of the budget. He says the country's total expenditure is pegged at 16.39%. while the total revenue available to fund the 2022 federal budget is estimated at 10.13 trillion naira, summing up the total deficit to 6.26 trillion naira.
The 2022 and 2024 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal stability paper set out the parameters for the 2022 budget as follows: A. Conservative oil price benchmark of 57 United States dollars per barrel. B. Daily oil production estimate of 1.88 million barrels, including condensates of 300,000 to 400,000 barrels per day. C. Exchange rate of 410 naira and 10 naira 15 kobo per United States dollar, and D. Projected GDP growth rate of 4.2% and 13% inflation rate.
To bridge the gap in revenue and expenditure, President Buhari says the government will enhance revenue mobilization through enhanced taxation.
Our strategies to improve revenue mobilization will be sustained in 2020 with the goal of achieving the following objectives: A. Enhance tax and excise revenue through policy reforms and tax administration measures. B. Review the policy effectiveness of tax waivers and concessions. C. Boost customs revenue through the e-customs and single window initiatives. And D. Safeguard revenues from oil and gas sector.
Speaking on government's resorts to more borrowing, President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawal, said generating more revenue through the agencies will reduce government's deficits and dependence on external borrowing to fund the country's national budget.
A position taken by the legislature and the executive arms of government to insist on zero allocation to MDS that failed to remit their revenues for the 2022 appropriation. This saw an increase in the contribution of MDS by over 400 billion. It is my view that MDS can contribute to the Federation account much more than that.
We will demand a thorough accounting for the funds previously appropriated, disbursed, and expended. And we will take steps to hold to account those who fail to provide the records we need to make informed decisions on the appropriation bill.
The 2022 budget proposal is no doubt an ambitious one, but now the expectations from Nigerians will be that governments have the political will to implement it to abate the current hardship in the country. Aniete Patrick from the National Assembly reporting for TV360 Nigeria.
Meanwhile, reactions already trailing some of the items in the proposed 2022 budget. During his presentation at the National Assembly, President Muhammadu Buhari said the debt level of the federal government is still within sustainable limits, adding that borrowings are to specific strategic projects and can be verified publicly. But in an exclusive interview with TV360 Nigeria, the fiscal policy partner and Africa tax leader at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Taiwo Oyedele, raised concerns about the country's rising death profile.
The fact that our debt service costs as a ratio of revenue is already over 70%, it means that we don't need any prophet or scientists or fisheries to tell us that this is becoming unsustainable. You cannot get to a point where all your revenue you are using to service debt. What would then happen is you have to borrow to meet both your recurrent expenditure, including payment of salaries, and then for capital expenditure. The moment you start borrowing to meet salary payment, you know that cannot repay itself because it's recurring.
A federal high court in Abuja has sentenced Faizal, son of Rashid Maina, the former chairman of the Defunct Pension Reform Task Force team, to 14 years in prison after he was found guilty on a 3-count money laundering charge preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). In the judgment delivered on Thursday, the trial judge Okunabang held that the EFCC successfully established that Faizal operated a fictitious bank account through which his father laundered the sum of 58.1 million naira. The judge jailed Faizal for 14 years on count 2 and 5 years on each of counts 1 and 3, but the sentences had to run concurrently. The court ordered that the 21-year-old, who has failed to appear for his trial since June 24, 2020, should be arrested anywhere he is found in Nigeria and remanded, and in the event that he is traced to anywhere outside the country, the federal government shall legally commence extradition proceedings to bring him into the country to serve the jail term. And Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has said nothing in the state warrants the declaration of a state of emergency ahead of the November 6 governorship election, as suggested by the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. Obiano said this while speaking with State House correspondents after meeting with the President in the presidential villa, Abuja. A correspondent, Abisola Adebayo, has the details.
The government will certainly do the needful in terms of ensuring that our elections are held in Anambra, in terms of ensuring necessary security is provided, and you cannot out all possibilities, inclusive of the possibility of declaration of state of emergency, where it is established in essence that there is failure on the part of the state government to ensure the sanctity of security of lives, properties, and democratic order.
Barely 24 hours after the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, threatened to declare a state of emergency in Anambra State, Governor Willie Obiano is at the presidential villa to meet President Muhammadu Buhari. The governor described Malami's comments as unfortunate, saying it does not reflect the position of the president.
He shouldn't have made that assertion at all, because we don't have any challenge in Anambra. What happened for the period of 2 weeks is just a flash in the pan. Anambra has always been the safest state in Nigeria under my leadership for 7.5 years. You know, so this little hiccup will not warrant his comment there. Why didn't he make those comments in Kaduna, in Jos, in Uibo State, you know, in Zamfara? Why is he making that kind of assertion when we have an election by the corner? President is firm. He wants a peaceful election in Anambra State. He wants a free and fair election in Anambra State. That's the president for you. But if people in his party are going around making insinuations, using his name to do things, the president clearly told me that he does not support that.
He also blamed the recent security challenges in the state, including the murder of Chike Akuili, the widower of late NAFDAC boss Dora Akuili, on criminals from border towns.
The incidents of the last few weeks, you know, are miscreants that came from neighboring states, you know, bordering Anambra. You know, and we know them, and we're going to flush them out. I put a bounty of 20 million for naira for anybody that will give us information that will lead to the arrest of these miscreants.
Obiano also opposed the statement that members of the ruling All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA) in the State House of Assembly had defected to the All Progressives Congress (APC).
They went to collect money because they saw the additional money, 100 million. They are still APGA. They are giving us information on what is happening in the APC camp.
The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has also maintained that the November 6 Anambra election will not be postponed. Abisola Adebayo, TV360 News.
Meanwhile, Chief Whip of the Senate and former Abia State Governor Oji has charged all Southeast governors to take charge of the security situation in their respective states. While fielding questions from journalists on Wednesday, Kalu said the unity of Nigeria should be the focus of all Nigerians now rather than politics of 2023. On the violent secessionist move in the Southeast, the Senator appealed to President Muhammadu Buhari to look passionately on the region.
The Southeastern governors should do more than they required. I was a governor, I'm not just a senator. The governor should put more effort to interact with the boys. It's not the job of President Buhari to go directly to these boys, but our governors should do more. And you know, President being a statesman is the father of the nation. Let him get back as a father of the nation and look towards that area and see how he can set up a small committee to pacify the area and talk to them and come back. This country needs more unity than anything that we needed. It is a thing that our president as father and the people of Southeast should solve by themselves.
In fulfilling the long-time dream of the past district governor of Lions Club International, late Isaac Olushola Dada, in building a quality health system, members of the club, along with dignitaries from all walks of life, converged to commission the Dialysis Center and Renal Institute at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital. While speaking at the ceremony, stakeholders emphasized that the center will not only help in building more medical professionals and equipped health facilities, but will bring an end to medical tourism.
It is to alleviate the sufferings of our people in the area of dialysis. This is one of the greatest dialysis centers in West Africa as we speak, and the Lions, we are proud to be associated with it. Before now, we see a lot of places, the local places we have lined up with patients. Sometimes they don't even get the treatment they deserve because of the nature of the places they go to. But with this structure on ground, it is something great is going to happen. We are going to be able to reach out to so many patients at the same time, and a lot of the sufferings of the people living with dialysis, with kidney failure will be alleviated.
This new state-of-the-art facility will definitely contribute toward the provision of quality services based on international best practices, standards in service delivery that will curb medical tourism to other countries with needless loss of foreign exchange to the country, and urge you to make better use of this facility to improve the healthcare delivery services. Finally, I would like to recognize and commend the board, management, and the entire staff of the Lagos University Teaching Hospital on their resolute in completing these facilities, and also to salute their effort in response to the COVID pandemic by remaining professional in their discharge of duties.
Breaking the cycle of hunger is one of the greatest challenges in the world today, and given the prevalence of undernourishment in Nigeria, a non-governmental organization, the Candlelight Foundation, has taken up the challenge to feed the needy. The organization operates the first soup kitchen in Nigeria, which offers free meals to vulnerable young and elderly persons in the Surulere area of Lagos State. Our correspondent Simisola Adigun tells us more.
Every week since 2018, the Candlelight Foundation opens its doors to people from different parts of Lagos to benefit from its free food initiative. The soup kitchen opens as early as 6 a.m. and staff of the foundation, assisted by volunteers, begin dishing out hot meals to beneficiaries. Once food is served, a dining area has also been provided for them to eat. In 2020, Nigeria ranked 98 among 107 countries on Global Hunger Index, with 7.9 million people in need of humanitarian assistance. The executive director of Candlelight Foundation, Uzoamaka Okeke, says she sees this as a wake-up call to address a fundamental challenge.
The Candlelight Foundation is primarily, for now, a soup kitchen. A soup kitchen is a place where people, the less advantaged, come to have a free meal. If you come here, then the assumption is you need a meal. And to the best of our ability, we could try to provide that.
Candlelight Foundation feeds an average of 250 people weekly. Thanks to extra donations, feeding days have also been increased from thrice to 4 times weekly.
I can't be going about my friends' places eating, offering me meal. I've done that. I didn't like the experience. I said, along your place here, an organization, they offer a meal a day. For the past 3 months now, you are treated like a king, coming to feed you free.
I want to create some sort of trust. So I need a place where they come to me, they eat here, and we can actually have a conversation. Do you understand? What exactly is your problem? What exactly is causing the poverty? Why is it that you're not coming out of it? Do you understand? And then over the years, people tend to believe what it is that I was saying. They see the consistency.
The primary audience is males, and Uzamaka believes that this will help downtrodden men regain their sense of dignity and purpose.
The kinds of work that our society, the males in our society are feeling okay to do is not as much as what women are okay to do. And we decided to join the conversation, but from the male perspective.
Those boys that are on the street, they are very hungry. So if you are not providing for them, if you are not caring for the next man in your community, it's likely that when there's an opportunity of crisis, they will attack you.
Uzamaka, however, says more funding will help expand their services beyond just public feeding.
We are pounding the pavement, we are going from door to door, searching, going to organizations, nothing.
The foundation has other programs such as sponsoring street kids in formal education and trade learning. Other expansion plans are also in the works, including the launch of a shelter to accommodate vulnerable children. Simisola Adigun, TV360, Lagos.
Well, let's take a break here, but still to come, Moderna to build $500 million vaccine factory in Africa. We'll bring you details of that and more after this break. Thank you for staying with us. Now here's a quick reminder of some of our major stories tonight. President Muhammadu Buhari has presented the 2022 budget estimate to a joint session of the National Assembly. The proposed total expenditure for the coming year is put at 16.39 trillion naira, while the total federally collectible revenue is estimated at 17.70 trillion naira. Buhari said the budget deficit estimated at 6.23 trillion naira will be financed mainly by new borrowings totaling 5 trillion naira. We also told you that a federal high court in Abuja has sentenced Faizal, son of Abdul Rashid Maina, the former chairman of the Defunct Pension Reform Task Force team, to 14 years in prison after he was found guilty on a 3-count money laundering charge preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). Justice Okun Abang ordered that Faizal should be arrested anywhere he is found in Nigeria and remanded, and in the event that he is traced to anywhere outside the country, the federal government shall legally commence extradition proceedings to bring him into the country to serve the jail term. Well, in case you missed any of our news bulletin or for more updates, to log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and us at TV360 Nigeria. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. Pharmaceutical firm Moderna has said it plans to invest up to $500 million to build a vaccine manufacturing facility in Africa. In a statement on Thursday, the company revealed a new state-of-the-art facility will eventually produce up to 500 million doses a year of Moderna's vaccine, which has shown an efficacy rate of more than 90% in preventing COVID-19. Commenting on the proposed facility, Moderna CEO Stéphane Bancel says the company is determined to extend Moderna's societal impact through its investment in the African vaccine manufacturing plant. Well, up next is business news and stock market review right after this break. Welcome back. Well, Folashade Ogorinde is standing by with the latest in business news. Over to you now, Folashade.
Well, thank you so much, Mary. And in business, Africa's leading global tech recruiting company, Andela, is now the latest firm to join the unicorn ranks after it raised $200 million Series E at a $1.5 billion valuation. With this feat, the Nigerian startup joined Senegal's Wave and Nigeria US-based Flutterwave as the West African unicorns of 2021. Our correspondent, Abisola Adebayo, tells us more in this report.
When 2020 was busy dealing with businesses and startups who thought to eat big, the pandemic against all odds watered the fertile soil for tech startups in the African continent, breeding a haven for powerful entrepreneurial initiatives. In a turn of events, the African startup market has suddenly become a toast of both local and foreign investors in other continents, with 5 existing unicorn companies. Buttressing the potential of these youth-based and tech-savvy continents, its leading tech recruiting company, Andela, emerged its latest unicorn company, raising a $200 million Series E at a $1.5 billion valuation.
Recently went ahead and completed our Series E round of funding, which enabled us to secure $200 million in funding. Now, this round of funding was led by SoftBank. So Andela plans to invest in developing products to simplify global hiring and make engineers' lives easier.
The tech startup finds the right fit between talents and companies, matching software developers from Africa and other emerging markets with global clients.
We're receiving applications from over 170 countries across 6 different continents, which goes to show that there's a real pain point that we're solving. The way in which we do that, or we help our clients, is through one, screening these engineers using our tools, onboarding our talent onto our network, matching them against the specific client requirements, and then just managing the delivery of the partner engagements.
Although when the pandemic struck in early 2020, hiring freezes left Andela in limbo, the company soon realized that they had to turn to remote working, which was already in their plans. Now the company is completely remote. The director of Andela's learning community says this system has greatly worked for their engineers.
81% of companies said that they are open to, their talent working remotely. Many of our engineers like the flexibility that distributed and remote work gives them. We're also seeing that our results have been able to prove that we're able to continue to deliver great results.
Andela is a clear example of what multicultural cooperation and collaboration can bring about. The startup is on the course to make Africa the talent capital of the global tech industry. In the next years, it hopes to tap into a talent pool of approximately 500,000 engineers in Africa and beyond. Abisola Adebayo, TV360 News.
We'll take a break here and return with a review of the stock market. Just stay with us. The market sustained its bullish sentiment as investors gained a whopping 33.33 billion naira in Thursday's trading session. Almost all indices are in the greens as all-share index appreciated by 0.16% to close at 40,829 basis points. Market cap also saw an uptick in performance, helping investors smile to the bank. A good news, right? Now, volume and value traded also displayed a bold green on the trading chart, though the number of deals depreciated. But in summary, what we have is that over 812 million volume of shares are valued at 10.79 billion naira, exchange hands in 4,863 deals. Now, with 100 equities participating in trading, market breadth closed positive with 24 gainers and 20 losers. University Press and Presco led the winners chart with a combined gain of 4 naira 88 kobo. Now, on the losing side, BLC Gases Nigeria PLC and Gaverton Offshore Support Group topped the losers chart with a combined loss of 1 naira 42 kobo. Now, it's been a good week for the NGX. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happens tomorrow. Now, on our foreign stock, the FTSE, Dow Jones and the Nikkei are all in the green. The UK index had a good Thursday, finishing 82 points higher at 7,078 points for a 1.17% gain at the trading day. Now, according to analysis, declines in natural gas prices and an agreement to temporarily raise the debt ceiling provided the basis for another day of market optimism. U.S. markets also joined their European counterparts in the green today, closing in the greens at 1.52%. When Nikkei also didn't perform too badly, it also closed in the greens at 0.54%. I need to wrap on the business segment of news now. Back to Mary for the rest of the news.
Thank you for that update, Falashade. And on the foreign scene, Tanzanian novelist Abdulrazar Guerna has won the 2021 Nobel Prize in Literature. The award-giving body in a statement on Thursday said Guerna was chosen for his uncompromising and compassionate penetration of the effects of colonialism and the faith of the refugee. Based in Britain, the 72-year-old now joins Nigeria's Wole Soyinka as the only 2 non-white writers from sub-Saharan Africa ever to win what is widely seen as the world's most prestigious literary award, as well as the international recognition. Guerna, who until his recent retirement was Professor of English and Post-Colonial Literatures at the University of Kent in the UK, will receive a gold medal and over $1.14 million. And still on the foreign scene, the World Health Organization (WHO) has approved the first malaria vaccine in history. Director General of the WHO, Tedros Ghebreyesus, described the development as a historic moment, saying the vaccine Mosquirix could save tens of thousands of lives every year. Ghebreyesus said the widespread application of the vaccine among children in sub-Saharan Africa and in other regions with moderate to high malaria transmission was highly recommended.
WHO is recommending the broad use of the world's first malaria vaccine. This recommendation is based on results from an ongoing pilot program in Ghana, Kenya, and Malawi that has reached more than 800,000 children since 2019. This long-awaited malaria vaccine is a breakthrough for science, child health, and malaria control. Using this vaccine in addition to existing tools to prevent malaria could save tens of thousands of young lives each year. This vaccine can be delivered through child health clinics by ministries of health and readily reach children at high coverage levels.
Well, up next is Entertainment Report on News Now.
Nigerian music icon Tubaba has threatened to file a defamation suit against singer Brimo over his recent tweets. Recall that Brimo disclosed on Twitter that Tubaba allegedly accused him of sleeping with his wife Annie Dibia and also physically assaulted him. Brimo has, however, shared a letter he received from the lawyers of Tubaba in regards to his tweets. The letter gave the singer 48 hours to tender an unreserved apology to Tubaba and his family on all his social media pages. It further stated that all comments he made about the music icon be withdrawn from his social media pages or face a 1 billion naira defamation lawsuit. In response, Brimo has called Two-Face's bluff, telling him to go ahead with the lawsuit. Nollywood actress Etinosa Idemudi has added to the feathers of her achievements as she bags multiple nominations at the Hollywood and African Prestigious Award. HAP Awards is a United States of America award that recognizes outstanding individuals whose lives have been marked by extraordinary personal and professional accomplishments. The 5th annual edition is set to take place from October 22nd to 24th in Los Angeles. Etinosa was nominated in the Best Actress in a TV Series, Best Actress Independent Film categories. Other African countries like Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, and Democratic Republic of Congo were also nominated in the categories above. And that is all that we have for you on the entertainment segment of News Now.
And now in sports, a goal by Carlton Namgada in the 89th minute gave Central African Republic a historic victory against the Super Eagles of Nigeria on Thursday at the Taslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos State. The Central African Republic came into the World Cup 2022 qualifiers as the underdogs against the highly revered Super Eagles, who were unbeaten in 2 games before meeting the Central Republic side. Despite the defeat, the Super Eagles remain at the top of the group with 6 points, followed by Cape Verde, Central African Republic and Liberia in that order. The CAR will meet the Super Eagles again in Douala, Cameroon in 3 days' time for the second leg of their Group C matchup, which is a World Cup 2022 qualifier. Well, that's the size of our bulletin at this time. Thank you for watching. I am Mary Kanu. Bye for now.